Hi everyone, it's Tony and I am back with another mobility and strength sequence for you today. And today we're going to do this entire sequence standing. So all you really need is a place to stand and extend your arms out wide. I happen to be standing on my mat. If you'd like to grab your mat, that's fine. Grab that and join me with your feet about hips distance apart. This is a full body stretch with intentional awareness to the mobility and space that you're creating. So it's great to combine the strength training and the mobility training together, and sometimes just tapping into your body for a full overall assessment. So bringing your arms down by the side, turn the palms out, and we're going to extend those arms all the way up. This is just a nice stretch. The shoulders will naturally come up towards the ears, drop them down. Then you're going to bring that left hand onto the left hip, reach up through the right, and extend out over towards your left. A nice side body stretch here. This is great in the morning to get your day started, and I probably energize that a little more, dropping the shoulder down. And at night, it's a great way to just end the day and release and let go of what no longer serves, what you don't need for tomorrow, coming all the way back up. Let that left hand come up to meet the right. Bring them in together in front of the heart and right back up. Inhale. I use a breath a lot and I like to move with the breath, right hand on the right hip, extend over through the left. So sometimes you'll hear me just talking out loud to myself with the breath. For me, and I hope for you, it's my guide in letting me know where the tightness is, bringing my awareness as the breath moves through it. So as I inhale, it's like a scan and let the breath begin to flow, and exhale. Feel the release coming back up. Right hand comes up to meet the left and bring the hands together. Let's bring that back up once again. This time, draw your palms together, interlace all the fingers except for the index fingers and thumbs. Extend up, move the shoulders back and down. And let's extend over to the right first this time. So you're pressing the palms together, opening the chest, but really getting a stretch out of the side body from the top of the waist. Coming back up here. Ooh, that feels so great. Inhale deeply. Soften as you release and exhale. So there's the importance of the breath and just being connected to your breath and how it's moving throughout your body. Well, that's what creates space and allows you to move with that mobility. Bring the hands down in front of the heart. And then we're going to bring the hands onto the hips for a little hip rolls, taking care of the hips, legs, knees, the whole body as we stand here. The feet are about hip distance apart, hands on the hips, and I want you to intentionally thrust forward through your lower half, your hips, your pelvis, and then begin to move them over to the right, back towards the back of the room, and over towards the left. Circles, gentle, easy movements. You're standing in a supermarket line. You're anxious to get out. Instead, tap into yourself and find these hip rolls. I've long given up on what people may think or say when I'm doing movements. I am honoring my body, providing myself with self care. And if those who have something to say would tap into themselves and treat themselves, it'd be a healthier world we live in. Next time you come back to center, take it around the opposite way. And I say all that to say, move when your body asks you to move, when it's requesting you to move. Often, when we are in situations that we're standing in a line, be it for an event that we're going to, or it is the dreaded long grocery line, we can start to feel anxiety creep in or irritation, stress. And instead, this would be a great way, just one more here, to release it all out through the hip rolls. Really, just something so small will take you very far. And that's what this sequence is about. Not much, just little changes in your daily life. Last one here. Bringing the hands down on either side of you. We're going to join the palms together once more, and we're going to take care of our hands and wrists as well. Starting in the front of the body, take the fists and extend them down towards the floor. You're releasing the shoulders down, so creating some space in the head and neck, and then you flip those palms forward. Woo, and feel those inner deltoids, inner triceps, but also the palms of your hands, the length of your fingers, pressing forward. So, to a few things here. You can bring it up like so, midway, or you can drop it down, your hands down, and press down through the palms, going back to that shoulder stretch. This you'll feel more in the upper, mid to upper back body, all around through the front lateral side of those triceps. Or you can extend all the way up, being mindful, getting really deep into the backs of those arms and shoulders. Exhale and press it all the way up. Drop the shoulders down away from the ear. So here we are, extending up, pressing through the shoulders, grounding up through the legs, feet, and knees. If you wanted to stretch a little bit more here, and then exhale back over to the right. Whew, drop the shoulders. Come on back up to center. Give it a nice extension. This extension isn't coming from the palms, it's coming from the soles of the feet right through the palms. So you feel yourself get long and stretch right along the side body. This is amazing. Little stretches. What I'm learning as I add more strength and mobility in my own life, inhale here, and as you exhale, release. It's so much better than the aggressive approach that I took decades for my 20s and 30s, right? The aggressive wellness. And there's no judgment with that. We are where we are. When you know more, you do better. And creating a lifestyle of wellness, the core of that is listening to what your body is asking you for, taking intentional steps to really provide yourself with self-care. Let's take those hands and we're going to do the same thing, but this time I want you to bring the hands behind you and interlace the fingers like so. Microphone, you guys. I've been having a lot of static with the microphone, so I'm just playing around with location. So you have your hands, interlace those fingers, excuse me, and let's just start by sending the fists down towards the earth. So you're opening the front of the body here, the chest, front of the neck. Oh, you can lift your chin. And same thing, you can keep the fists just moving down here, or you can lift them up midway. If you could take them up over your head, go right ahead. But maybe shoulders height will be the highest you could get them. Send me a photo if you can take them over your head and back over, because I know some of you can. Breathe in. Again, feel that opening and that space you're creating in the front of the chest. This is great for a nice midday stress reliever. Breathe it in, and then as you drop the arms, you let it out, and you can just wiggle it out. All of this upper half where we carry all of that stress, we have just taken, 5-6 minutes and worked that out. Great way to start the day, great way to move into the next half of your day, and a great way to end the day. This move all the way down. So we left off in the hips in that center, right? Started with the upper body. So let's continue to move down. And I want you to bring your feet about hip distance apart, and then hands on your hips, just sit down as if there was a chair behind you. Immediately feel what that feels like in the tops of the fronts of your thighs, the backs of your calves, your knees, what's happening here, what's snap, crackling, and popping or feels really stiff. And then sit down a little deeper. You can bring your arms out in front of you, just keeping the arm shoulder height, or you can sit down a little lower and lift the arms all the way up into a nice chair variation. Feet are grounded, sitting back in that chair. Again, your arms can just be at chest height, or you could take them up and sit down. And then take a nice breath as you stand up. For mobility, we're going to add gentle flow here. Inhale, bring the arms up. Stand up from the soles of the feet. So be mindful you're not just popping up out of those legs. You're standing up from the soles of the feet. Let's do 2 more. This also takes balance, right? Core work. Moving your belly button back towards your spine here. Last one. And then standing up nice and tall. So waking up those knees, the backs of the knees, fronts of the quadriceps, shin, calves, and ankles. Speaking of the quadriceps and the knees, we're going to move into a little balancing here now. So In the balancing piece of this, if you need to move back and have the wall accessible for you or a chair or whatever, great. There's grab what you need, take what you need, because I for sure am going to use my wall if need be. Before we get into the balances, if you're here and you're watching this channel and you just happen to get here and you're not subscribed, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. And if you've been here for a while and you've been watching these videos, throw me a few likes there and leave me some comments, okay? So when you want to balance, one thing I'll say about balance, it can change throughout the course of your day. You can check your balance in the morning and it will be significantly different before you even leave your home. You can check it midday, it will be different from when you return home in the evening, or if you're working from home when you are finished for the day. But it's always good to check in with your balance. It'll tell you a lot about your day. So here, starting with our balance, we're going to bring the hands onto the hips. One of the great ways to really bring the awareness in when you begin to move into balancing postures, movements, creating mobility in your body is to just look at something that's not moving at all. Focus your gaze there. And as always, connect. Connect with yourself. That's a life lesson. Don't ever move without connecting with yourself, because you're taking a step unaware, usually ends up somewhere you don't really want to be or need to be. So check in quickly through a breath and then let it out. Stand tall and strong in that left leg. You're going to bend the right knee, and we're going to take the right hand and reach back for the right foot. Remember, if you need the wall, our chair, it's available. And you drop the knee towards the floor, standing up nice and tall in that left leg, and just stretching out the front of that right quadricep. Release that down. Whew, walk it out. Okay. And then we're going to stay on the right side. This time you're going to bend into the knee. Just lift it up and drop it down. Simple, basic. If you can lift your knee, bend your knee, please do. If you're sitting in a chair because you can't stand, lift your foot up off the floor and begin to just create some mobility in these hip flexors. Okay. And then the last one here, we're going to take a breath in, bring that knee up, and see if you can find your balance. Whew. Find your balance and stand in the space, bringing the knee up into the chest. And perhaps, if it's available, making circles with your foot clockwise and counterclockwise, and toe points and press. Lift the knee a little higher. And if the space is available for you, bring the hand onto the hip and just open out and bring it back in. Balance, balance. Each side will be balanced. Each day will be balanced different. And I love to show you the raw of it all. There's nothing's ever perfection, and it should not be. So let's take care of the opposite side here. Lift up, down, up, and down. Here we go here. Now we're going to bend into that left knee and grab back for the left top of the foot. Balancing. Bringing it in, connecting with them, slowing it down, finding your balance. Let that left knee drop down towards the floor, bring the heel towards the buttocks. And then maybe back down. There's nothing better than, for me, than to catching that moment of balance and tapping in and quieting it down. So take what you need, leave what you don't. Don't get caught up in it all at all. Finishing it out here. I went a little out of sequence, but we're going to bend into that left knee again. Reach up. Bring that knee into the chest, standing tall through that right leg. And then you can do the circle. Okay. Reminding yourself not to get caught up. Point and flex. And then if it's available, open and close. That's not available for me on that side. I hope it's available for you. And again, the raw of it all. Honor yourself. Listen to where your body is. Listen to what it's asking for. The last thing we're going to do here, well, a couple of things we're going to do. Two more is moving it all the way down. We went into our ankles and feet. So more balance. I want you to soften into the left knee. Then we're going to bring the left knee right over the right knee, the left ankle over the right knee, and just begin to sit down. Woo, I'm really tight here. Chest up and sit, and you can bring your arms out in front of you. Woo, out right hip flexor is super tight. Standing up and walking it out. You should feel that all up inside down here. That's where it is. That's where it is. Find your balance again. Balance. I'm going to reach for the wall this time to prep myself. And then, oh, yeah, I can feel that right outer hip. Standing up tall. And then begin to sit down. You could bring your arms out in front of you and sit a little deeper. That outer right leg is going down towards the earth. Whew. And sit, kind of like the chair variation we did earlier, but now we're on one leg. And stand back up. For sure, this is my tight side. It appreciated that stretch and it even appreciated the balance. Last thing, you guys, before we wrap this up, we're going to take the feet closer together. Take the right foot, cross the right knee in front of the left. Bring the hands onto the hips and begin to fold forward. Woo. You can come halfway here, drop your shoulders down, and then fold right in the lower back there. So you first feel the stretch, drop your hands down to the fronts of the legs, tops of the feet, and then really begin to soften out through the legs. This is so nice. Feel that stretch up the length of that left leg, right through the hamstring. Again, that outer hip flexor in the right leg. And then come all the way back up. Uncross. And let's just finish it out. Left over the right. Nice and tall. Inhale, shoulders up, back and down. And exhale and fold. So again, whatever available, fronts of the legs, tops of the feet. My body is calling for this. So excuse me for jumping down to the floor, but this whole right side, like I said, this outer hip flexor, down through the calf just about, tends to be super tight and lets me know. So I honor and give what it requests. This feels so good here. I hope yours feels good to you as well. You can take the sequence, come all the way back up as many times as you need. Go back to some of my older videos, step out of this and combine the videos. Take what you need. Make your own little playlist of them all. I drop these every Wednesday morning at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, mobility and strength. And really, you guys, it is a way for you to begin to give yourself self-care, honor your body with movement, moving into a lifestyle that you visualize and desire by changing your mindset and by adding all these actions together. Again, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and like this video. Share it with someone who you know will benefit from it. And I will see you on the mat next week. Bye.